Okay, I think the real thing is, when it comes to imagination, kids have imagination. They are able to just be curious and play and explore things and see what happens. But as we get older, adults struggle with perfectionism, and sometimes they're afraid of making mistakes, and our education system and our workplaces often stigmatize mistakes, and they sort of like sap creativity and imagination out of us. So we're born very creative, and then as we get older, that identity with creativity is somehow lost over time. And like some people, if you ask adults, do you feel like you're creative? A lot of times they'll think of it as something like, oh no, I don't know how to paint, so therefore I'm not creative. Or like when you hear a small fiddle, when you hear.
Okay. It'll just be kind of like
Cash.
Yeah, like we're talking already,
Right.
but now it's recorded.
Go right.
Okay, so just introduce yourself, your name, where you're from,
In general.
mission, facts.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm Julia. I'm Julia Stewart, and I am from Pittsburgh. I've been in Barcelona for 4 years, and I am the founder of Arte, Carta, this creative project. I wanted to create a space where it was the opposite of what the workplace and educational institutions are doing, which is, in order to stimulate imagination among adults, my philosophy is less is more. Like, I almost offer no instruction. There's very little rules. I don't provide any technique around how to use the art supplies. So whenever people come to an experience, my philosophy is for adults to have imagination. You need to first connect with yourself about what it is that you need and what it is that you want, right? So I'm like, you can come to my experience and you can paint. There is an invitation there, but you can also pretty much do whatever you want. Like, you can sit down if you need to sit down. You can take a break outside. You can talk to people, or you can not talk to people. Like, I want to create an environment that allows people to feel authentic in whatever it is that they need, right? And that is very important to me, because if you can first connect to yourself, my hypothesis is that you're going to create more authentic, meaningful connections with other people. And also, that discomfort that might occur by not having rules or instructions is like part of the process. Because oftentimes you go to a class or you go to work, and then there's an objective, there's a result that you're trying to achieve. It's like, what are the instructions? What are the rules? How do I win? But here, it's not that. It's like, if you don't feel comfortable not having instructions, that is a point of growth, right? Because my invitation to you is, think about what it is that you need and what it is that you want to do and what are you curious about in this moment. Collaborative art, I think, is a really cool method for, I think it really ties into no expectation and no fear of not having people be afraid of perfectionism, because you don't know what's going to happen with collaborative art. Somebody can paint over your thing, you can add to somebody else's thing, and there's no comparison. It's not like, I made this and you made this, and now I feel bad because yours is better. We're all making it together. So everybody is just more open to appreciating what's happening, as opposed to feeling like I need to compare myself to you, right? So that was sort of the inspiration for starting with collaborative art. I also think it's very connecting to create things together, and it's also a nice alternative to the bar, or feeling like you need to be talking all the time. I like doing things and spending time with people, and I feel like that's very connecting. So I have a little part of a lot of places in me. I lived in India and Hong Kong and Switzerland and the US and now Barcelona. And Barcelona has really helped me with slowing down in a lot of ways. Like, I am from the US, and when I got here, I remember the frustration of walking on the street and being like, wow, this pace is so slow. I am just like trying to get around faster than everybody else. And then over time, this concept of poco a poco, which is little by little, has just sort of, everybody just has this philosophy of little by little, just take your time, everything will work. It's just a flow that is so chill and very supportive, because that is the only way to do things, is like little by little. If you're frustrated learning Spanish, little by little, you know? Barcelona is way more community driven, I find, because everything's outside, people gather together, there's time and place for a gathering, for a community to occur naturally. There's vacations and people, you know? So I find here that it just resonates with me more than, I don't know, than the independent go of the US. I have a big vision. I have a 4-phase plan that goes over 7 years. We don't know if that's how it's gonna go, but this is the second phase. So I did phase 1, and then now this is phase 2, getting my own commercial space and launching art walls. Phase 4 is opening the first collaborative art museum that would be entirely dedicated to collaborative art. So instead of going into a museum and all of the art is there, done, and you're just passively observing, the invitation is to always actively participate and create as a family, as an adult, as a child, pretty much open to anybody. That's one big dream I have. The other one is I sort of see there's many branches that can come off of this project, and art de la carta by definition means art by menu, and so I can always change the menu. So it's very dynamic, and it works for me as a person because I can add things and change things, and the project can grow with me over time. It's really community driven. So I'm trying to create a community of people that are attracted to this concept or attracted to this project because they want to maybe subconsciously or maybe consciously connect with themselves in a deeper way and connect with other people in a meaningful, authentic way. The project might grow slowly, that's fine, and that's how I think it will start, that's how it is starting. But eventually I sort of see it like we have a community of people who feel connected to the project, have opportunities to express themselves, they're contributing back, you know? And then I can better understand what people need. Like I could run a creative accelerator, for example, because my background is in entrepreneurship and I worked for an accelerator. So we could do workshops around how do you start a creative company or an enterprise. I want to create vector files of the artwork that's collaboratively made and make like merchandise out of it so that it's a reflection of the community, but through different products. So you could have like a clothing line, you could make wallpaper, you could do, any type of product, but like translating what has been made here into other products, services, I don't know, just based on listening to what community needs and then like experimenting.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
You like basically answered all my questions beautifully, and like I'm so excited. So,
Nice.